I will tell about Caligula's youth and ascension to the throne and the dark period of the Roman Empire. I wish you have a good time. The Roman Empire was one of the greatest and most powerful civilizations of the ancient world. An empire that ruled over vast lands inhabited by millions went through a period that seemed to be ruled by the laws of a nightmare. During this time, one of the most intriguing and terrifying figures was Emperor Caligula. With his reign, he would go down in history as an emperor whose bizarre and unimaginable actions would strike fear into the hearts of many. While the Roman Empire expanded through its immense military power and conquests, it also faced difficult times due to the madness of some emperors, Caligula's rise to the throne in it. Caligula was born in 12 AD, the son of the famous Roman general and ruler Germanicus. His birth was met with great excitement in Rome, as his father was a much-loved and respected figure among the people. However, Caligula's childhood was far from joyful. After his father's death, his mother and siblings faced great danger. Caligula grew up with these traumas and soon became involved in the power struggles at the highest echelons of Rome. When he ascended to the throne at a young age, his rise initially captured the people's attention. But shortly after, his personal flaws and leadership style caused the great hopes of the people to turn into disappointment. Caligula's ascension, which was initially met with joy, slowly turned into a time of fear that would linger within the empire. At first, Caligula emerged with many hopes, such as intimidating his people or defending the empire's borders. He managed to influence people everywhere. To increase his power in Rome, he organized numerous public events. Crowds received gifts, and large festivals were held. Emperor Caligula succeeded in winning the admiration of the Roman people for the first time. However, soon after, Caligula's leadership style underwent a significant transformation. His growing thirst for power led him to focus solely on plans for his personal benefit. The decisions of the empire began to reflect his personal desires. This eventually led to growing discontent among the people and the elite of the empire. Many emperors used different strategies to gain power and prestige. However, Caligula took things to an extreme. One of his most interesting and, at the same time, outrageous decisions was declaring himself a god. While Roman emperors were traditionally revered as divine, Caligula took this to the extreme, declaring himself the reincarnation of the god Jupiter. His name became known not just as a ruler, but also as a god. Numerous Roman palaces were decorated with statues of Caligula. He ordered the construction of temples dedicated to his worship. The Roman people, who had once regarded their emperors as sacred, were now forced to accept Caligula as a god. This change affected not only the people, but also the elites in the palace. Caligula's decisions continued to grow increasingly bizarre. Perhaps the most shocking was his decision to make his beloved horse, Incitatus, a senator. Caligula made this move to both insult the Senate and solidify his power. With this act, the emperor included an animal in the highest governing body of Rome, a clear insult to the Roman Senate. His actions aimed to humiliate the senators and render them powerless. Caligula's strange move shocked both the Roman people and other rulers. The Senate and high-ranking officials feared that including an animal in governance could lead to the collapse of the empire. However, this was not Caligula's only strange decision. Under Caligula's rule, the Roman Empire also faced military challenges. The emperor constantly sought to win great victories and believed that military success would strengthen his power. Instead of benefiting Rome with his wars, Caligula focused on building a loyal army through constant repression of the people. Many of Rome's elites and citizens grew increasingly discontent with his harsh rule. In 41 AD, Caligula had become so obsessed with maintaining control that he would stop at nothing to maintain his power. His reign had plunged Rome into an era of fear and unrest. As his rule neared its end, a group of senators and soldiers secretly conspired to end his tyrannical reign. A group of senators and soldiers secretly agreed to assassinate Caligula. This plan was known to very few in Rome. Eventually, in 41 AD, Caligula was assassinated. His death brought a sense of relief to Rome, but it left behind a legacy of chaos. Caligula's reign, which once promised to make Rome stronger, had only left the empire weakened. Caligula remains one of the most infamous and culturally significant figures in Roman history. His reign provided no benefits to the Roman people or the future of the empire. Caligula's legacy remains as a cautionary tale. The unchecked use of power always leads to disaster.